The king who knelt, Torrhen Stark and the submission of the North. The flames of the field of fire had changed everything. With a single battle, two kings were broken. Myrnam Gardner reduced to ash, House Gardner wiped from history, and Lauren Lannister humbled on bended knee. The Reach now belonged to the Tyrells. Loyal stewards raised to lords by Aegon, and the Rock swore fealty to the dragon banner. But one kingdom remained unconquered, the North. Vast, cold, and ancient, it was ruled from Winterfell by King Torrhen Stark, last of the kings in the North. The march south. When word reached Winterfell of the Dragon Lord's victories, Torrhen gathered his banners. From the mountains of the Flints, from the forests of the Boltons, from the icy shores of the Manderleys in White Harbor, and from the neck where the reeds dwelt in swamps, the North marched. 30,000 strong, wolves of the North descended past the neck, crossing into the riverlands. They marched to meet Aegon, who awaited them with his sisters beside the waters of the Trident, not far from where Prince Rhaenys had built the Aegon fort on the Blackwater. The Northmen expected battle, but what they saw filled even hardened warriors with dread: the sight of the dragons. On the southern bank of the Trident, Aegon's host was far smaller, no more than 15,000 men. Yet above them circled Balerion the Black Dread, wings blotting out the sun.
At his side flew Meraxes and Vhagar, their roars shaking the earth.
Men who had marched proudly behind Stark banners now shivered, for never had they seen such beasts. Torrhen Stark rode forward, flanked by his bannermen. He studied the dragons, the scorched fields around them, and the ruins of Harrenhal still smoking in the distance. He knew what had happened at the Field of Fire. He knew no walls, no swords, no shield wall of northern steel could stand against Dragonflame. The choice of Torrhen. That night Torrhen summoned his council. Many lords urged defiance, some swore the North had never knelt, that it must never kneel. But others argued the truth. 30,000 men would become 30,000 corpses. The North would burn, its fields ruined, its people slaughtered, its children turned to ash. At dawn, Torrhen made his choice. He crossed the Trident not with his army, but alone with only a handful of men. He laid down his sword before Aegon Targaryen, bent the knee, and swore fealty. From that day he was remembered not as a king, but as the king who knelt. Aftermath. Aegon spared the North. No dragonfire touched Winterfell, no sword touched its people. In return, the Starks ruled as wardens of the North, their crowns gone but their house preserved. When Torrhen returned home, his lords grumbled, but his people lived. His name carried no songs of glory, but the North endured. Unlike Harrenhal, it was not reduced to ruins. Unlike the Gardners, its line did not end in ash. Torrhen Stark chose survival over pride, and though history names him the king who knelt, it also names him the king